What's up, guys? Welcome to day 9 of our beginner yoga challenge. Now, yesterday or last class, I should say, we learned some of the modified warrior 1, warrior 2, and side angle poses. So today, we're going to take those poses to our feet. We're going to warm up our hips, and then we'll get standing today. So grab 2 blocks, maybe a blanket for your knees, or something when your knee is on the ground where it's too sensitive for you. And yeah, we'll get started. Today we're gonna get started in a child's pose. Billy might join us today. So I want you to bring your knees nice and wide on your mat. If you need to, you can always take a blanket and bring it up behind your knees. And then I want you to reach your arms forward and bring your forehead down to the ground. Allowing your upper back, your lower back to get long, nice and stretched. Good, breathe into your ribs, feel the lungs expand, feel your lower back expand. And then exhale deeply. Good, inhale, fills up the belly, fills up the heart space. Find a little pause at the top. Sigh out. I want you to breathe in some pain, some suffering, something that has been weighing on you. I want you to let it go in your breath. One more time to empty out, to become present in our body. Inhale, something you'd like to get rid of. And exhale, let it go. Slow breath in, give yourself a smile. If you can, with your lips closed, fog an imaginary mirror in your mind. One more controlled breath here. Slow breath out. All right, well, right away, let's come to a tabletop position. Good. And let's today make big circles with your body. Just kind of move around in the space. Wiggle the shoulders, play with rolling your spine. Shifting past your fingertips to play with the wrists, back to play with the lower back and hips. And then switch the direction of your movement. Breathe in slowly. Maybe things pop for you like me today. And then slow breath out. Good, one more time, inhale. And exhale. I'm going to turn to face you. I want you in your tabletop position to take your right foot out so your right foot is in line with your right hip to the side. Good, and then from here, I want you to shift forward past your fingertips, create a little tension in your wrists, and then move your hips back, kind of like a child's pose, stretch for that right leg. If you need to, you can bring your right foot forward. If it hurts to take your hips back to your left, on your left knee, ACL meniscus issues, you can always bring your right foot forward past your hip. You're really looking to create a stretch for that internal right leg. Good, and now bring your foot so it's right underneath your knee, and you're creating this 90-degree angle with your hip, toes point out, and just make gentle circles with your right leg. Breathe in. And then go the other direction, exhale. One more time, breathe in slow. And an exhale. And now you're going to take your right knee and bring your right knee so that your right knee is in line with your hip and your foot is in line with your knee. Think dog on a fire hydrant. Breathe here. Good, one more breath. Bring your knee back underneath you. And then inhale, dip your belly down, look up. Exhale, round and press, chin into chest. Good, so now I'll do it from the side this time, so you can see it this way. We're gonna start from tabletop position, and then you take your left leg so it's just straight out from your hip. Good, and then move forwards first and back a couple of times. I like to shift with my breath. Inhale, shifts me forward. Exhale, pulls me back. My toes lift up sometimes they stay glued to the floor. Play with what works for you. All right, shifting back so that your hips are in line with your knees. Bring your left foot so that it's in line with your knee, 90-degree angle. So hip, femur bone coming straight out, and then you've got your shin here. Toes point out. All right, circle. So just finding some mobility here. Go the other direction. All right, this is tough. Engage your core, press into your hands, round in your upper back slightly, and then from here, draw the belly in tight as you lift your left foot off the floor to the height of your knee. Try to pull your right hip back just slightly, lifting that internal left thigh. Good, breathe in. Slow breath out. Good, flex that butt cheek. And slowly bring it down. Inhale, dip your belly. Exhale, round in your upper back. Woo-wee. Yeah, shake out, wiggle out, move your tailbone, and then downward facing dog. Lift your hips. So I want you to pedal out your legs, bending one knee at a time. If you need to, for when I first started, I had to use blocks in my down dog on medium height. Find something that's stable that works for you. This might today. All right? And then from here, find some stillness. Put a bend in your knees. Start to learn down dog. It's a really good pose. It becomes a rest pose. You're going to press into your index and thumb fingers. Wrap your triceps down towards the floor, biceps forward and up. Pull those shoulder blades apart. Draw the belly in slightly, neutral spine. Hips are lifting. Press your heels to the floor. Squeeze your inner thighs and press your feet away from each other. And then draw your hands towards your heels without moving your body. Breathe. Slow breath out. One more time. Breathe in. Slow breath out. Now look forward. We're going to shift forward into a plank pose. Drop your knees to the floor. Stay here if you can. All right, I want you to lower your blocks down to a flat setting so you have more surface area. And I want you to climb to your right fingertips. Good, and then plant the right palm, climb to your left fingertips. Plant the left palm, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. So climbing to your right fingertips right away in your down dog, I want you to step your right foot forward so it's easier for you. And then we're going to stay on our left big toe. Climb to both fingertips or lift your blocks now. Hover the torso over your front leg. You want your belly separated from your top thigh. Breathe. Pull your right butt cheek underneath you. Magnetize your inner thighs. Press your left big toe. Fly the arms back slowly, one at a time. Hover here. All right, so I want you to spin your left heel down to the ground. So picks your torso up, your left pinky toe presses, open your arms nice and wide. Bending into your right knee goes over your ankle. Press into your left big toe and your pinky toe. Engage your quad, start to turn it on. So yesterday our knee was on the floor, you had your hip opening up. This time it's slightly internally rotated to help protect the hips. Shoulders are right over your hips, arms are nice and wide. Breathe into this action. It's a lot. Good, just one more breath here. We'll take it slow. We're gonna bring our hands back down to the blocks. Turn your left toes to face forward as you come down. Now I want you to take your right foot, step it back into a downward facing dog. You can adjust your blocks. Good, big breath in. Slow breath out. All right, let's shift into plank pose. Lower it down to a flat surface. Then climb to your left fingertips. Palm flat, climb to your right fingertips. Palm flat, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Right from here, climb to your left fingertips and then step to your left foot up. Stay here. Good. Breathe. So now adjust your blocks. It's okay to move them a lot. Pull your left butt cheek underneath you. Squeeze and magnetize your inner thighs. Press into your right big toe. Elongate through the hamstring. Heart is lifted. Head going forward. Neutral spine. Belly is tight. Fly your arms back. Ooh, it's a lot of work for that left leg. And then as you spin your right heel down, pick your torso up, and then open your arms nice and wide. Left knee over that ankle, right hip slightly internal rotation, extend through right big toe and leg, lift in the torso, expand through your fingertips, maybe look over your front middle finger. It's a lot of work for that left leg, so breathe into it. Good, one more inhale. And then you turn your right toes forward as you slowly bring your hands down to blocks. And then slide your left foot back, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Slow breath out. All right, from here, slowly walk your feet up to your hands. Grab opposite elbows for a moment. Relax the head and the neck. Big breath. Slow exhale. Good, relax your arms. Bring them to blocks, maybe if you need it. We're gonna take an inhale, halfway lift your chest, so neutral spine, squeeze your inner thighs. Exhale, relax the head, flex the spine. Inhale, neutral spine, elongate, hips over heels. Exhale, relax the head, chin to chest. Good, one more time, inhale. And exhale. Slowly come to standing, bend in your knees, head is heavy. Start to straighten the legs, sweep the arms up, big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, so we'll play with a little balance and we'll get into a harder posture and then we'll stretch. So I want you to take your right foot, I want you to lift your right foot up off the floor. Good, so just hovering the foot above the ground is a really good way to start to practice balance. Now I want you to try to turn your right toes to the right. Good, hover. And then turn your right toes to the left, internal rotation. Good, and then neutral. All right, we're gonna give this a try. Pull our right knee into our chest. This time I want you to grab it. Good. Take one more breath. So we're gonna practice, we're gonna play, bringing your right foot above your knee into your left thigh. Press your left thigh into your right foot and stand really tall. You don't want your ankle on your knee because your knees don't go sideways. So have your foot below your knee or above your knee, but avoid the knee joint, okay? Pressing into your left foot, slowly bring your hands to your knee and your hips to help you. You can also hold on to your foot if you're not quite there, or start to bring your hands up to your heart. My foot is slipping on my shorts. There we go. So slow breaths in here. Find a single point of focus. If you fall, it's okay. One more breath. All right, slowly bring your foot down to the ground. Hover and release. Good, so just start with the left foot. Pick your left foot up. So what shifts, what changes for you? Breathe into it. Slow breath out. Good, turn your left toes open first. Try not to move your hip, just the femur bone in the hip. And then switch, internal rotation. Good, neutral. Knee to chest. Hold it. Good, try not to lean back, lift. Breathe. Good, one more. And then bring your left foot inside of your right thigh. Press in the thigh and foot into each other. So your right hip is pressing over towards the left. And then standing tall, breathe. If you fall, it doesn't matter. Smile. At least you tried. Good, knee into chest, center. Slowly release. Hover. And to the floor. Good, shake it out. You did it. Sweep the arms up. Forward fold slowly. Good, lengthen the heart space forward, and then we're gonna step it back to a downward facing dog. Nice, so climb to your right fingertips, or have those blocks to help you. I want you to step your right foot forward. Good, this time spin your heel right away to the left, so pressing your left heel down, and then bring your right hand inside to a block, reaching your left arm up. Now, if you need to take this to the ground, that's okay. We did this yesterday. Breathe. Now, here's the really tough part. I want you to press yourself into your warrior two. So lift your torso up. Press into that front leg. Yes. Squeeze the inner thighs. Lift. You can do it. Keep your right knee bent, opening towards the right pinky toe. Take your right arm up. This is a big reverse. This is a nice stretch. Let your left arm just be soft down the left side. Flex the left ribs, lift, and then bring your hands down slowly. Turn your left toes so they face forward. Good, we're gonna drop our left knee down to the ground, and then take your right arm up. Create a twist here. Then right hand comes to the floor. Tuck your left toes, downward facing dog. Really gentle, bend your knees one at a time. And then either climb to your left fingertips or use a high block. Step your left foot up, spin your right heel all the way down, and then take your left hand to a block inside of your left foot. Take your right arm up. So really using those inner thighs, magnetizing the legs together. Squeeze your feet like they could slide together to touch. You can pull that right one in. Breathe in. Slow breath out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Then press yourself in that left foot. Lift your torso above your legs. Woo! You can feel the burn. It's a good thing. Take your left arm up. Stretch that left side. Lift away from your hips. And then slowly bring your hands down. Turn your right toes in your hips so it faces forward. And drop your right knee down to the ground slowly. Support yourself now. Take your left arm up, twist, lifting your torso away from the blocks. Squeeze your belly, corset the ribs in together. Good, left hand comes down, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Bicycle the legs. All right, walk yourself slowly forward, continuing that little bicycle action. And then bring your butt to the floor. We're going to take a seated cross-leg position. So I want your right shin to cross in front of your left shin. Bring your knees so they are coming straight out of the hips as best you can. And then flex your toes, dorsal flexion. Good, sit tall. Press your butt cheeks down. Keep them glued to the ground as you go forward. Breathe deeply into your butt cheeks, into your lower back. Feels so good, it made my voice crack. Breathe in slow. Breathe out slow. Breathe in with control. Breathe out. All right, I want you to lift your torso. Take your left shin now in front of your right shin. Cross really close to the knees rather than the feet. Keep your feet flexed. Sit tall, press your butt cheeks down. Big breath. On the exhale, walk it forward. Relax your head. Shoulders stay away from your ears. Elongate your spine through your neck. Draw the hips back, pressing into the feet, flexing the toes towards the face. Breathe. Inhale slow. Exhale slow. Inhale slow. Exhale slow. One more breath in. Slow breath out. And lift up. All right, I want you to take the front of your mat, or the back of your mat, you're in my position, and roll it up like a spaghetti noodle. All right, so from here, bringing yourself to your hands and your knees. We're gonna do one more nice juicy hip stretch. So from your hands and your knees, I want you to take your knees nice and wide. And then line your feet up with your knees. All right, and then you're gonna slowly lower to your forearms. This is called frog pose. Now I want your hips in line with your knees so they're not going too far forward or too far back. But instead, they're just right in line, and over time, your knees will open up. Now, if you're in tabletop position, that's totally fine. Just take your knees an inch wider, a millimeter wider. Just slowly allow your knees to fall apart. Your torso goes straight down. Your elbows go wide over time. Now, especially if you're in a beginning class, probably won't get too close to the ground. That's okay. Slow down your breath. It helps. Slow inhale. Controlled exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Five more of these. Inhale. Exhale. On your own, slow breaths. When it gets intense, relax into it. You can always come out of it. Going towards a child's pose when you're ready. Good. If you're still with me, I want you to slowly lift your torso first, and then bring your right knee in, right foot, left knee, right foot, left. And then unravel your mat. Woof. Thank you, inner thighs. All right, now let's extend our legs forward. Readjust your inner thighs down. Reach your arms up, keep your feet flexed, and slowly fold, hamstring stretch. Good, lengthen out. And then exhale, relax your head, shoulders away from your ears. Flexion in the spine, elongation through your legs. Let gravity do its job. Your job is to breathe. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Bring yourself up to seated. Scoot your butt forward. We're going to rock onto our back. Pull your knees into your chest. I want you to drop your knees to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Breathe here. My back doesn't always pop, so if it doesn't pop for you, it's okay. Don't go looking for it. Just let gravity do the work here. Every exhale, you sink a little deeper into your twist. Good, and then come back to center. Take a big breath in. Exhale, drop your knees to the right. Back to center. Squeeze everything into a tiny little ball. Wrap your arms around your legs. Bring your forehead forward. Just massage. One more breath in. Squeeze on the exhale. And then slowly rest. Extend yourself into a Shavasana pose. So bring your feet about as wide as your yoga mat. And then readjust your lower back, your upper back, to tuck your chin towards your chest slightly. Good. Your lower back will be off the floor. That's a good thing. It's the natural curvature of the spine. And once you rest, let's take two deep breaths together. So inhale through your nose. I want you to hold it at the top. Sip, sip, sip. And then stick out your tongue, exhale. One more time, inhale, fill up. Sip, 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 hold it as long as you can. Stick out the tongue. Relax the forehead. Relax the jaw. Soften down the neck, your shoulders. Feel the torso. Relax into the floor. The elbows, the forearms, the wrists. Each finger softening. Relax the glutes, your inner thighs, your knees, your calves. Let your ankles be soft, the arches of the feet and each toe. This is where I leave you to rest in your Shavasana for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for an hour. Just lay here. Enjoy this stillness that you created in your own body with your own breath and practice. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. Namaste.